I haven't done a lot of videos in a long time, and even some of the ones that I had previously weren't all that oriented around the homestead here. But I have a lot of stuff that I want to do around here coming up, and we get to play with some cool equipment while doing it. And one of the things that is our newest piece is this Case 450 dozer. I've been kind of watching for dozers on Craigslist and Marketplace for a while, and if they were inexpensive, they were pieces of shit. And even these older dozers seem to have come up in value over the last 5-6 years. Dozers like this in similar condition were going for well over 12,000, which is close to 12 years ago. I was seeing people on forums say they wouldn't pay 6,000 for them. This one had the 6-way blade, and you can't tell because I was playing with it in the mud already, even though I know that's not the best for the undercarriage. But there's been a lot replaced as far as sprockets and rollers. One idler wheel has been changed, and all I could really find wrong with this one was a very minor drip coming off the injection pump. And I've got two cylinders up here that have a seat, the tilt cylinder and the angle cylinder both have a seat to them. I was told it's the original seat. I'm sure it's been recovered. This is a 1972. The brakes don't work. It seems that nobody uses them, and they're all broken on these Case 450s when I've looked at them. This appeared to be a unit that was stored inside. It has PTO down there in case I ever want to add a winch. And it also had some hoses replaced. And all the gauges actually were still in really decent shape. The hour meter works, but I do believe it's been rolled over because it's only showing about 1,200 hours. So we know that it's got significantly more than that. The dozer fires up real easily in the warm, and actually not so bad at 40 degrees when it doesn't have glow plugs. One of the projects that's going to be first to do probably is going to be get some driveway material in here. I want to kind of lift this low area where the dozer's sitting. I also want to lift up this low area over here where this trailer's sitting. And I got to bring in material all the way down here. Because we're tired of sliding off the driveway every once in a while. Got another place up here where we tried to go around a vehicle parked in the driveway, and we slid off down here by this apple tree in the chicken coop, and we had to, as you can see, make a mess to get out. But I want to raise this up at least along this ditch here, and eventually I would like to put a shop kind of roughly in this area, but I don't know that that's going to be possible because there is a small drainage that comes through my property right here. But this property has roughly a mile or so of trails that I also maintain. And I'm going to cut a path through these trees right here, in between the barn over there and this path. And that's going to be a drainage ditch kind of down in that direction. And the reason for that is this property wasn't graded very good when it was built, and all the land at the back, at least over there, is significantly higher than the barn over there. And as a result, a lot of the water, when it gets real bad in the spring, flows through the barn. As you can see, it drops again in the back. But the barn was starting to flood again this spring. So I brought the dozer back the second day I had it, and I just carved this channel here. And that allowed some of that to be lower than the barn. And I funneled all the water here for now that was coming in. It's dried out a little bit since then. Pushed all this dirt up here. All this dirt's eventually going to go and hopefully fill some of them areas I pointed out I need to do. Might be a video of us running over that motorhome or something in the future too. But there's a lot of work to do. I'm hoping that little Case 450's up to it, because I'd like to cut this whole area down at least a foot or two and raise this up a little bit more against the barn in hopes that I won't be getting water in my barn anymore. Basically, I want to create a swale through here and hopefully just dry everything out. But you can kind of see, if I do that, right now all this is high and all that is low. That's my septic field over there. Right now it gets pretty wet in the spring. So I'm hoping to split all the water coming off the back here along that side of the barn and this side of the barn. If I split the difference, I'm hoping this won't be quite as soggy. I also battle, there's a pond through those trees, and the outflow of that pond is there's a little channel just to the right of that tree right there. Right there it comes out, and that flows across my property after they dug it. That adds to all the water I'm battling too. So I'm gonna work hopefully to raise this up a hair right here. We're gonna push some of the water down along a ditch. I'm gonna try to do a little swale here to help guide that water away from my septic. I might raise the backyard a little bit if I find enough dirt on the property to do it. But I think we got a lot of hours that we're probably gonna be putting on this little Case 450. I hope it's up to the task. I got a really good deal on it compared to what market seems to be on them right now. Here in Michigan, it seems like they're about $3-4 grand cheaper than other states. I paid a similar price as other states for this one. It wasn't advertised real well, and the pictures made it look like it was an awful condition. And I got there and it was pretty nice. So this is what I'm gonna be dealing with. We can probably have my buddy over here helping me a lot on it. And we're gonna have some fun with a dozer. Should be a good time.